Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai. We present this class every Thursday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Hawaiian time. It is recorded and put on our website for people in different time zones so that they can catch it. I'm Lama Tashi. Tonight's class is in the tradition of what we call Tibetan shamanistic Lamaism, is to present methods that deal with the mind of drama, which all sentient beings, animals, humans, and spirits, possess. And when we say drama mind, we are talking about the disturbing emotions that arise continually with our interaction with our body, interaction with others, and interaction with our environment, the world around us. I am reading a book called Vivid Awareness. And this is presented by one of my teachers, who has been my teacher for the last 50 years, Lama Trangu Rinpoche, who has his Dharma Center and monastery in Vancouver, Canada. This particular book that I'm studying, of Vivid Awareness, was presented as a meditation guide. In Tibetan Buddhism, meditation is the way you accomplish the antidotes to your conflicting emotions, which are primarily based on the habit that all of us have of judging everything. When I say judging, I mean if you're attached to something, it's because you like it. If you have aversion to something, it's because you don't like it. So you judge what you don't like good, you try to judge what you like as good and what you don't like as bad. Then we have the additional judgments of considering things to be high or supernatural, and other judgments as low and inferior. Then we have the meditation of complication of dullness arising, or unknowingness, how to use the results of our practice, and so forth. So we have actually 6 categories of these that have been presented by the Buddha and taught in India, in Tibet, and now in the Western world. And in Lama Trangu Rinpoche's book on page 184, some of you have this book. This was given to me by one of my students here on Kauai. It says, identifying the afflictions of these emotions and their results and how to deal directly with them. He starts off this section as a person who has disturbing emotions also possesses others. And there are 84,000 categories of these disturbing emotions. And they are due to the different types of people and their tendencies. Some will have more anger, some more stinginess, some more dullness, some more desire, some more greed and envy, and some will have a great portion of pride. That is why there are different types of the Buddha families and different types of applications in our Bodhisattva training school of using the deities and the Nyingdo practice of supporting those deities. I'm going to read a short excerpt of each of these categories. The first and most dangerous disturbing emotion is anger. It comes from aversion and judging things as bad. It's a state of extreme agitation. It is very hard to erase in the mind, and it causes painful sensations based on experiencing an unpleasant object, either in the body or in someone else or in the environment. So that particular emotion, based on the judgment of thinking things are bad, is the most serious. The next one is called Stygianism. This arises in the ability to give to others some attractive object because of our retaining a tight clinging and owning to it and never getting enough of it. This actually is in the category of greed. The next category is dullness. This is in the mind's state of failing to know how to deal with the mental process of understanding or knowledge. Dullness is like darkness. It is the root of all negative activity and all of the emotion, especially when it comes to the antidotes of meditation. It is a lack of recognizing one's essence, and it obscures the nature of everything, inside, outside, and everywhere. Number 3 category, desire. This is based on attachment and judging things as good. The reason I say judging things as good is because one person's good is another person's bad. So there's never a way to deal with that one particular problem. Desire is to judge things as good and feel attached to pleasant things like sights or sounds, body sensations, thoughts, and acquiring things that are physical or in spiritual practice. In particular, lust for the union of male and female, which is the primary attachment of the humans on this planet. Number 4, envy, jealousy, coveting, is to reject and therefore disapprove of the virtues of someone who is higher than or equal to oneself. In disapproving of this, you become jealous of you because you are jealous of them. Jealousy is also in the realm of the gods, in the war gods realm, and leads to war. So all of the military, police, and other forms of we call warrior mentality are all based on this extreme emotional predisposition. Pride. This is to regard others as lower or one's feelings as superior to them, either in religious or worldly matters. Pride arises when we look at others' views as inferior, as in politics, as in religion, and so forth. Social situation. All of these disturbing emotions create the cause for existence that we cycle through, called the 6 classes of being. And these states of rebirth in the hells are predominantly on anger, heaven predominantly on pride, war and war gods realms predominantly on jealousy, human realms predominantly on desire. We call hungry ghosts, or we call the deprived spirits, pretas, predominantly on the greed or stinginess. When we have these in our mind, how do we deal with them? Well, all of the teachings of the Buddha are to alleviate the pain and suffering that these emotional conflicting energies that arise spontaneously and they move with us like a shadow from one rebirth to the next are dealt with through meditation. If one is not able to focus and use their imagination, as described by the Buddha and taught by the Lamas of Tibetan Buddhism, then one is not able to effectively treat the cause and effect of these emotional tendencies. So I'm going to read you the most direct method to deal with each and every one of these afflictions. Whenever one of these arises, one through training and guidance from a Lama must recognize it immediately. So that takes training, practice. When recognize it, don't reject it, don't accept it, don't let it carry you away. Simply at that moment, rest in the natural state of your own awareness, looking into that particular disturbing emotion as if it was your best friend. At that same moment, one becomes self-liberated. For instance, if you look directly at the emotion of anger, just as it is, as it arises, this is called mirror-like wisdom. And what this mirror-like wisdom means is everything is like a reflection in a mirror. And at the same time, there is nothing in the mirror because its natural state is clear light or void. In the Buddha, directly over my right shoulder, behind my head, is the Buddha Aksabhaya, which is the symbolic representation of mirror-like wisdom as the antidote to anger. The rest of the book is about dealing individually with particular emotional tendencies. And as I said before, each and every one of us has one of these predominantly controlling our worldly situation and our spiritual progress. And at the moment of leaving the body, it will be directly involved with how you deal with the next life. So Bodhisattva training is appropriate. And Lama Trengpa Rinpoche, I think he's about 89 or 90 years of age, is still very much in the world as a teacher and guide for countless human beings. Lama Tashi being one. Now we take refuge. And now we know why we're taking refuge. And the first part of the refuge is to understand the altruistic motivation which applies all of what we do for the benefit of every sentient being in the universe, not just this planet. All the animals, all the humans, all the spirits that pervade our universe. And it goes like this. In order to attain Buddhahood for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now all together take refuge and offer prostration. The refuge prayer goes like this. We go for refuge to all the glorious holy lamas of all the lineages of Tibetan Buddhism. We go for refuge to all the yidams, who are the deities gathered in our mandalas to deal with our emotional afflictions as bodhisattvas. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have practiced and conquered their mind and moved beyond into higher states of intelligence. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those that have this higher state of intelligence or awareness. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma of wisdom training. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha, those who teach and practice according to the instructions of the Buddha and the Lamas. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of the Dharma, and all of them are the activity of the Buddhas. All of these 6 refuges possess the eye of transcending awareness. All of them are our support or refuge. Then we enter into the training of the Bodhisattva with the Bodhisattva prayer of the 6 disciplines of practice, called the 6 perfections. To the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit gained from practicing these 6 disciplines, perfect them and accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Now these 3 prayers, the altruistic motivation, the support of the 6 refuges, and the Bodhisattva training of the 6 disciplines, we're going to chant in Tibetan. The first prayer, the altruistic motivation, goes like this. Dog dong dro wa nam ke ta dong yang pe sem chem tam che du di ne jung te ji si jen chu ning po la chi ki bardu. Then there's 6 refuges. Walden lama dampa nam la chab su chio yedam chokor gi la cho nam la chab su chio sanjay chong den de nam la chab su chio dampe chur nam la chab su chio Tape gendu nam la chab su chio. Kawo kandro chokyun sume. Sho ye sheki shendong dimpa nam la chab su chio. The Bodhisattva prayer. Sanjay chodang choki chodam la jen chu pardu. Dagni Chapsu Chi Dagi Jinso Jipe Sonan Jola Benjer Sanjay Jufan Sho. Chanting in Sanskrit, no matter what language you have, is to communicate the Dharma of the Buddha's teachings and the guidance of the Lamas to all the cultures, all the social structure of the whole planet. And it has accomplished that over the period of 2,600 years. Its second purpose is its communication of the Dharma to the spirit world, which we all will enter into in our next life. But now these spirits inhabit everything and everyone in the entire universe. And by communicating to them, they understand that we are interested in their well-being as well as our own. And that is shamanistic. The word shaman or shamanistic Lamaism. When we practice Tibetan Buddhist training, Bodhisattva training, it's to use our body, speech, and mind effectively to not only tame our own unhealthy predispositions, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, but also to alleviate the pain and suffering of others, and to correct the imbalances in our body and in the environment of the world around us. That said, these 6 perfections are the basis of all deity yoga, whether it be the peaceful deities, starting with Chenrezig and Tara, or the powerful wrathful dakinis and protectors called Dakas. When we use these deities, the basis of the practice is generosity, and that includes doing prostration. And prostrations done with the guidance of the Lama quickly bring one to understand that the body, speech, and mind have to be the same in the same venue in meditation practice. And that the imagination, this mental process of visualizing, is absolutely necessary. Not just being able to focus moment to moment, breath to breath, but also to conjure in your mind symbols that cause the mind's basis of loving kindness and compassion to evolve into higher states of awareness and bliss, and at the same time completely retrain the mind so that these negative emotional tendencies, the energy of them, is redirected to states of virtuous activity and higher intelligence. This higher intelligence does not exist in the drama world today, but it exists in the minds of sentient beings who have trained in that direction. Then those sentient beings guide others to deal with the mind, the drama mind that all humans possess. The 3 levels of the practice are Hinayana, which is very similar to Hinduism or Sufism. It is very similar to Hawaiianism, American Indianism, Japaneseism, and Chineseisms and so forth, called Taoism. It is very similar to all of the techniques that are treating disease or illness, either symptomatically or with various types of remedies, natural or invented. But when you move into this Bodhisattva mind training program, the first and most important is generosity. And not just the giving of gifts or goods or food or advice, but also to train your mind so that it doesn't have its reactive quality when you are involved with others or in reaction to environmental upheaval and so forth. That's the first most important Bodhisattva training, and it must be perfected. The second one to be perfected is the discipline itself, which involves not only meditation, but morality, ethics, good manner, honor and respect. And with devotion to the teachers as a source of support, not only for yourself, but to them. Number 3, Bodhisattva training is patience, absolutely necessary, or you'll never take the time to learn to be a powerful meditator with all the guidance of the lamas and all the methods. Number 4 is diligence. These must be learned to practice daily and in retreats and established in long periods of time, being able to focus and use your imagination, and then from that be able to rest in voidness, which is your other nature of your mind, not in the drama world. That's the one we call higher intelligence. Number 5, meditative concentration, which is simply being able to single-pointedly focus on one thing for long periods of time and use the imagination as the process, in the process. Those 5 help you to deal with all worldly situations and transform them into perfection, perfect states of awareness. The 6th one is the perfect state of awareness that already exists in the minds of all sentient beings, called voidness. And this is like space. And everything that you can think of and everything you can say and everything you can do is not there. It's not in that state. But at the same time, that state is inherent in all those things you do say and think and act or do. So we're going to start with the most important training of simply focusing on the breath using the imagination. And in Tibetan Buddhism, this is the 3 lights prana yoga practice. And it is very important especially for beginners, to arrange their body in 5 mudras, whether sitting on a pillow or in a chair. The first one is to have the back straight. Head slightly tilted forward is the second one. The third one, the hands on the knees or in the lap. Then mouth closed, tongue resting against the palate. Eyes slightly open, softly gazing to the space and light we say 2 feet in front, arm's length in front. Not too close, not to an object. Not like Zen, looking at the wall. No need, just because right in front of you is the nature of your natural mind, which is the goal of all meditation. So now you're taking that in through your eyes. Your brain is doing something with it and passing whatever that is through every cell in your body. Then bring your awareness, your focus to your breath. As you inhale, visualize the air which contains all of the elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space. Visualize that air coming in to your lungs as white light. The second part of the breathing is the middle breath, is the absorption of all of that energy through every cell in your body, visualized as red light, permeating all through your body. And when you get good at that, even your hair, if you have hair. Number 3, in breathing, you should take a combination of the first two, the white and the red, and exhale out your nose the air as blue light and imagine it to go everywhere in space as healing energy. Again, inhale white light, fill your lungs. Absorption breath through every cell in your body, red light. Both together out the nose is blue light to space. Space is the sky of your mind. Breathe. Visualize. Using the breath as the basis for the 5 lights healing practice, it causes one to be in a state of calm abiding, peaceful, at ease, mostly withdrawn from worldly activities of the day. Take your mind off the breathing and bring the 3 color codes together, the white, the red, and the blue, into the center of your chest, creating a tiny particle of energy called a tigli in Tibetan or bindu in Sanskrit. This focal point, similar to an atom, causes one to connect to the infinite light of boundless space, which is the fabric of everything, the essence of everything. Understanding that, connecting to that, then we take the focal point of light in the center of our chest and expand it to a small sphere of clear light. This represents the nature of our entire 3-dimensional world. Then we expand that small sphere until it creates one of the 5 elements for healing in the 5-element healing practice. And tonight we're going to use the 4-sided pyramid with a base. Even though all 5 are present, this is the one we are stressing the most for healing. It's what gives us the warmth in our body. And that'll be about the size of your thumbnail, 4-sided pyramid with a base in the very center of your chest. Just thinking this there, it works. Thinking and visualizing it, it really works. Then you bring this element, representative of the healing energy required, for all physical, mental, and emotional predispositions, situations. You bring it out in front of your chest and up before your eyes, 2 feet in front. And if you can, please keep your eyes open during the whole process of this 5 elements healing meditation. Then visualize that sphere in that 4-sided pyramid labeled fire or radiation. To expand in size to completely enclose your physical body, inside like a large tent or room. See your physical form just as you are inside. Then expand it in size to completely enclose the area where you are meditating. The city, town, island, or a large area of where you are. Many miles in diameter. Then expand it in size to completely enclose Mother Earth, including her atmosphere. Keeping focus and imagination together, expand it in size to completely enclose the solar system. Then expand it in size to completely enclose our spiral disc-shaped galaxy. Then move beyond the confines of your ordinary mind and blend it with the boundless space of our world, of our universe. As it moves into that dimension, no meditation, simply contemplate space. If it's reddish in color, it's okay. This ultimate state of life force, which combines all the elements of the entire universe, being the essence and nature of one's body and mind, brings the healing energy into our situation. Individually and collectively. Then return with your imagination and focus intact and recreate the 4-sided pyramid labeled fire, red in color, to enclose the galaxy. Shrink it in size to completely enclose the solar system. Smaller and smaller, apply it to Mother Earth. Smaller yet to just an area where you are meditating. We use this island of Kauai and surrounding ocean. That's our neighborhood. Then again, just enclosing your physical body, receiving the full life force energy and life support of the universe into your situation. Symptomatically, it's psychically dealing with every physical need for good health. Then return it to its original small size in front of your eyes. Bring that to chest level into your heart chakra. Reduce that in size to a tiny sphere of clear light, then smaller until it again returns to the original point of light, similar to an atom. And relax in the present moment in boundless space, the fabric of our universe. Then bring your awareness to in front of your eyes and spread it into your area of practice and dedicate the virtue of this practice to the benefit and well-being of all sentient beings, your mother. The next session or part of this practice, the meditation tonight, is to represent the Hinayana path as these healing practices that deal symptomatically with our physical, mental, emotional well-being, and somewhat with our spiritual. But the actual spiritual practice of Tibetan Buddhism is designed not to only deal symptomatically, like all medicines of the planet, all remedies do, but deal with the cause. And the cause is our emotional affliction. Our tendencies that follow us like a shadow from one life to the next. To do that, you need the guidance of the Lama, who is trained in the two natures of mind and the remedies to effectively merge or transform one's mind into higher states of awareness or intelligence, understanding voidness and the clarity of your own mind as the method and then gathering knowledge and understanding how to use this effectively in your situation, just where you are, just as you are. So we start by again focusing on the three lights meditation practice. the back straight, hands comfortable, eyes open, head tilted, mouth closed. Breathe. Visualize white light entering and filling your lungs. Hear the sound Om. The energy of the elements entering your lungs pass through every cell in your body spontaneously. As red light, you hear the sound of that energy. Ah. Then these two merge together as blue light out the nose as infinite healing energy applied to the beings throughout space. You hear the sound Hum. Breathe like that. Inhale white light, hear Om. Absorption breath through the body, red light, hear Ah. Both together, merging together out the nose as blue light to space. Hum. Everything has vibration. These three sounds bring it all into your situation. Then to receive the transmission or empowerment of the lineage and the mind of the Lama, you visualize the Lama in front, life-size facing you, as a representation of all the Lamas, men and women of Tibetan Buddhism, and all the lineages that they represent, emanating down through the last 2,600 years from Shakyamuni Buddha. And from the Lama's forehead in front, white light enters into your forehead. You hear the sound Om. Red light from the Lama's throat into your throat, you hear the sound Ah. And blue light from the Lama's heart chakra to your heart chakra, you hear the sound Om. In this moment, you are receiving the full transmission of the deity yoga of the Lama's body, speech, and mind into your three places. When you can see the three lights shining simultaneously from the Lama in front, then the Lama merges into you. And at that moment in union, the body, speech, and mind is the transmission of the Lama's body, speech, and mind into yours. With this empowerment of union, you receive the transmission of the Lama as the deity, inseparable. The Lama's speech as the mantra sound of the deity yoga presented tonight, which is White Tara. And the wisdom development or higher intelligence and awareness that evolves from this practice as the Lama's mind. The union empowerment is when you bring the white light down the central channel of your life force into the red Ah in your throat. With the Om and Ah vibrating together, they move down the central channel into the blue Hum in your heart chakra. The blue Hum is the wisdom transmission of higher states of intelligence, which become the deity, in this case, White Tara. When White Tara is present, she combines the energy of the Bodhisattva developing from the green Tara practice, energy program. So you see the green syllable Tom. It is the Om Ahom as the energy of all the lamas and all the lineages in one sound, representing the 5 elements and all the antidotes to the emotional afflictions represented on this chart. So the 5 elements with the same color code as the 6 states of higher intelligence or awareness become the causal healing if one does this practice. It is called the Bodhisattva training of the green Tara. So you start with the green Tom in your heart center, your green Tara. Your right hand is in the hand of gesture on the right knee, palm out, giving ultimate or infinite generosity of healing. Left hand holding the stem of a lotus between the thumb and ring finger, blooming by the left ear, which is the symbol of taking birth in the human condition to alleviate all pain and suffering and bring all the humans to maturity in the human condition. She is young, beautiful, smiling, 3 eyes. She has a 5-jewel crown of the 5 wisdom awarenesses, the higher states of intelligence. 5 colors of silks represents the 5 elements. 6 kinds of jewelry, necks, arms, waist, ankles. Representing the 6 bodhisattva perfections or trainings. And she's in a sphere of 5-colored light emanating healing energy to all beings throughout space, no matter what realm they have rebirth in. And she emanates from the empty nature of her own mind, represented by a mirror behind her as a background. And when you can see this 3-dimensional holographic image, rainbow body it's called, Jalus in Tibetan, as replacing your idea of what you think your body is, how you identify with it. Once you can see it just as I described, then you project it to your mother who created you out of the 5 elements and her own generosity as Tara in front. It doesn't matter if you knew her or liked her. Then you project this image of the Tara, green Tara, to your father and all your relatives, friends, lovers, everybody supporting you and everybody that's hating you. All the humans on the planet, all 8 billion humans become this symbol of the Bodhisattva Tara. Then you project it to all the animals in the ocean, on the land, infinite in number. So in your mind, you're filling more and more space, just like you did with the 5 elements practice. Then you project it to the infinite spirits of the universe, the 4 realms of spirits, heavens, hungry ghosts, we call deprived spirits, war and war gods, we call demigod spirits, and the demon spirit, hell realm. They're everywhere in the universe. They all were once humans and they will all be humans again. When your mind, the sky of your mind is filled with this mandala of being, Then the heart mantra appears around the green tom. And there are 8 spokes that emanate from the tom, which is the hub, creating a wheel running around you this way. So these spokes are Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. Those mantra sounds of her mantra create those 8 spokes. Om is above your head as the emanation of light that you are breathing in and sustaining your life force running down through the central channel and connecting all the internal energies of your body, called nadis, to all your chakras. And you say her mantra to establish that part of the white Tara practice. Om Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. Om Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. Om Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. Those are 8 syllables, creating 8 spokes, connecting to the 8 worldly dramas: praise and blame, disgrace and fame, pleasure and pain, and loss and gain, that all control all the minds of sentient beings. Om Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. 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 So means always expanding. Om Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. Om Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. Application fulfills every need of every sentient being. Om Tara, Tutare, Ture, So. 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 Om Then we do the second part of the practice. Green tar becomes white tar. As shown in this picture. In this picture, her right leg that was extended out as green tar is brought up on her left thigh. So now she has both legs in full lotus position. The right hand is still in generosity, and the left hand is thumb and small finger holding a white lotus by her left ear, holding the text of Prajnaparamita. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. That's called the Heart Sutra of Prajnaparamita. White Tara is dressed in 5 colors of silks, young, beautiful, smiling, many types of bells and jewels, decorating her, a beautiful 5-jewel crown with a Vajra point at the top, hair piled up and down her back, golden color. Empty mirrors her back rests, just as green Tara. Rainbow energy emanating from her heart through her body out in every direction. When you establish the white Tara, then the Tom changes into the seed soluble of space, Vam. But the Tom doesn't go away. They're overlapped in the heart chakra. So this one, the green Tom, stays there. And this one, the space Vam in red, takes this, merges with it. And these two together produce the white Tara. Then you project this to your mother in front as white Tara. Then to all your family, friends, and lovers, all human beings on the planet, 8 billion is white Tara. All the animals in the ocean and on the land, and all the spirits filling the realms, 4 realms of spirit worlds in space. And these spirits are everywhere, inside you, in the earth, in everything. They control the weather and the elements. When you can see the mandala of your mind with as the white Tara Bodhisattva symbol, then the heart mantra creates the hub of the wheel attached to the 8 spokes of the green Tara mantra. And you say the white Tara mantra, Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So. Then you add the white Tara, Mama Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Kuru Ha. The Ha now appears below you and the Om above you, outside the wheel. And the wheel, they are like a shaft going down through the hub, and the wheel starts to spin and create a sphere of energy around you. What it's doing for you, it's doing for every sentient being in your mandala. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So. Mama Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Kuru Ha. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So. Mama Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Kuru Ha. So the Om and the Ha above the hub of the wheel is the white Tara mantra. The 5 spokes is the green, 8 spokes is the green Tara mantra. And the Vam and the Tom are in your heart center. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So. Mama Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Kuru Ha. Ha means timeless. These higher states of intelligence that you are possessing create long life and good wealth and good situations. And this becomes a timeless opportunity. with this practice. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ah Om Tara Japa Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ah Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Mama. One more. Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ah Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ah Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ah Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ah Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ha Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ha Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Mama Ai Kune Chan Tu Tin Ku Ha Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So Mama Ai Kune Chan Yeah. Now we're going to do the third part of this practice, which is to apply White Tara, which is the center of this, and the Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Re So, which is the spokes emanating from the seed syllables Tam and Vam, to this sphere or circle of light around her, Mama Ayu Puni Jana Putin Kuru Ha. And when you start to say this mantra, this central visualization, which you have perfected, starts to create 6 spheres of light beyond you in 6-foot increment. The first sphere is gold, the second sphere is green, the third sphere is blue, the fourth sphere is white, the fifth sphere is red, and the sixth blue is black. So you have gold, green, blue, white, red, black. This is the this is the God realm, this is the demigod realm, this is the human realm, this is the deprived spirit, no, this is the animal realm, this is deprived spirit, and this is the hell realm. All of these sentient beings are your mothers. And as you say the mantra, they all turn into the same color of lotus flower as that sphere. That means they are all returning into the human condition as bodhisattvas, and that whatever pain or suffering they have is transformed into that process of again becoming human. Bodhisattva. Then we say the 100-syllable mantra and put that out here with the wheel, and also all the letters of the Tibetan Sanskrit alphabet. are in this wheel. And they all connect with the green Tara mantra to the Vam in your heart center. And when you get good at that, creating this sphere of energy around you, then you project it to the heaven, demigod, human, animal, deprived spirit, hell realm, as they become headed toward all their negative energy reduced, regenerated to become again in the human condition. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Pune Jana Putin Kuru Soha. So the So and the Ha are above and below. The Vam and Tam in your heart center. Tare Tutare Ture So is the spokes. And the outer protective sphere around you is her mantra and the 100-syllable mantra of Vajrasattva. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Dikta Drido Me Bawa Suto Kayo Me Bawa Supo Kayo Me Bawa Anurakto Me Bawa Sarvar Siddhi Memcha Yatsa Sarvar Karma Sujame Sisam Shriyam Guru Bhagavan Sarvar Tata Gata Vajra Mame Mut Vajra Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Denopa Dikta Drido Me Bawa Suto Kayo Me Bawa Supo Kayo Me Bawa Anurakto Me Bawa Sarvar Siddhi Memtrayat Sarvar Karma Sutsame Sitsam Shriyam Guru Hum Bhagavan Sarvar Tata Gata Vajra Mame Musa Vajra Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajra Yogini Vajra Sattva Samaya Vajra Sattva In your face are three eyes, two natural eyes and your awareness eye in your forehead. The one that you use to visualize, imagine. One eye in the palm of each hand. And one eye in the base center of the bottom of each foot, which are resting on your thigh. Your right eye is looking at the heavenly realms, watching. The left eye is looking at the demigod realms, watching. The right hand is looking into the human realm, watching. The left hand is looking into the animal world, watching. The right foot is looking at the deprived spirit world, watching. Like a mother for her only children, her left foot is watching the demon world of hell. 18 categories. Based on abusive nature of anger, hatred, and rage. all of that energy transformed by visualizing the 6-foot sphere of all of the heavenly gods as yellow lotuses. The green sphere of demigods is green lotuses, 6 feet out beyond the yellow one. The reach of your arms is about 6 feet. The blue realm, all the human, blue lotus. Animals, white sphere, white lotus. Red sphere, deprived spirit, red lotus. Black sphere, hell realm, dark blue lotus. Each of those is from the mantra sound, Mama, Ayu, Punya, Jana, Pukti, Kuru, Soha, Soha. Again, Mama, Ayu, Punya, Jana, Pukti, Kuru, Soha. Mama, Ayu, Punya, Jana, Pukti, Kuru, Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Ayu Punya Jana Pukti So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja So Tara Tutara Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So Om Tara Tutara Turu Mama I Purneja Putin Kuru So the first part of the practice was to create the green Tara with the 8 spokes emanating from the Tom and the heart center, with the So above. And the Om Tara Tutara Ture is the mantra. The hub is the Tom with the Vam. Then the second part of the mantra, Mama Ayu Puni Jana Putin Kuru Soha, is wheel connecting to the spokes of the hub. That's the second part. Then the Vajrasattva mantra is part of the wheel. So you're purifying everything of your body, speech, and mind. And all the sounds of the Tibetan alphabet communicating all the Dharma, also in the wheel. Om all that in the wheel. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Dinava Dita Dita Mebawa Zuruga Mebawa Zuruga Mebawa Anuraka Mebawa Sarvasiti Ventriyata Zavakama Susame Sisatiriyaku Om Ha Bhagavan Zaradana Mahasamaya Zapa in the wheel. Om Tara Tutara Ture Mama Hai Purneja Putin Kuru So the Mama Ayu Purnejana Putin Kuru Ha, that's all in the wheel. So above, Ha below. And you start to create the spheres. Once you've established this as your central protection sphere as white Tara, then that's communicated to all sentient beings. Then you start to isolate the 6th realm. When you do that, Each realm is created by one sound of the mantra and one eye. Mama, Ayu, Bhuti, Jana, feet, Bhuti, Kuru. Those are the 6 sounds that create these 6 realms. You're watching these children, these immature children of gods and goddesses, very arrogant. War and war gods, very jealous. Humans, very needy, full of desire. Animals, very stupid. Deprived spirits, never satisfied. And demonic spirits, totally abusive, full of anger, hatred, rage, and decisiveness. Om Dara Tu Dara Tu Mama So in each realm you imagine the golden light of that 6-foot sphere of energy of that realm, the heavenly realm, full of golden lotuses, and the pride all transformed into the wonderful pleasure realm of the gods and goddesses. That's from this eye, the right eye. Just visualize that. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, gold light to the celestial realm. Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Then you go to the demigod realms, watching with the left hand. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Transforming it all into green lotuses in that realm. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Then to the human world. Om, that's his hand. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye to the human. Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Then all the stupidity, bewilderment, and ignorance of the animal world. And humans are all animals, as well as the animals. You transform with the left hand, that eye. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jana Bhukti Guru Soha. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu. Mama, Ayu Punye Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha. Then from the right foot, Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti to the spirit world, deprived spirit. Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha. That's to the deprived spirits. They're all red lotuses in that realm. Now we go to the black realm with the demon god, Kuru. That's the left foot, eye in the left foot. Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Puni Jhana Bhukti Kuru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Puni Jhana Bhukti Kuru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Puni Jhana Bhukti Kuru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Kuru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Kuru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Kuru Soha Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Kuru Soha. So that's the fourth stage, creating the six eyes, creating the six spheres. Then, as you finish the practice, you chant the mantra, either Om Vajrasattva mantra or the Tara, white Tara mantra. And as you say it, you imagine the black sphere, all of this, with the dark blue lotuses merging into the red sphere. Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Devakati Tira Megawa Surukaya Megawa Surukaya Megawa Anurakta Megawa Sarvashri Mandriyasa Sarvakama Susame Bhagavan Sarvatata Gata Vajramami Vajrapama Samaya Sattva. Then you imagine the dark blue, the black sphere with the red sphere merging into the white sphere. Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Devakati Tira Megawa Surukaya Megawa Surukaya Megawa Anurakta Megawa Sarvasiddhi Mandriyasa Sarvakama Susame Susam Vajramami Vajrapama Samaya Sattva. Then these three spheres together moving into the human blue sphere. Om Tara Chutare Chure Mama Aya Punya Jhana Bhukti Guru Soha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manapalaya Vajrasattva Devakati Megawa Surukaya Megawa Surukaya Megawa Megawa Sarvasiddhi Mandriyasa Sarvakama Susame Susam Shri Guru Then these blue sphere, all the energy of the other three now moves into the green sphere of the demigod. Om Jara Tu Jara Jara So, and all the beings turn into green lotuses. Om Vajra Zamaya Manabalaya Vajra Dina Padina Zurga Megawan Zurga Megawan Savarkam Zuzame Zuzurga Now these lotuses are not fully opened yet. Some are buds and some are in the process of opening. Now all these realms now move into the God realm, the yellow sphere. So this green sphere and all of these blended into the yellow sphere. Om Jara Tu Jara Jure Mama Ayu Punyajana Puti Kuru So Vajagani Vajasada Zamayana Manabalaya Vajasada Dega Vadi Sita Megawan Sita Megawan Sita Megawan Honorable Megawan Sour City Memdayas Sour Government Susamay System Cheer for Bhagawan Sour Dazagata Vajaman Vajaman Now all six move into the outer wheel of this sphere, the hub. No, not the hub, the wheel. Om Tara Tu Tara Ture Mama Haya Jana Puti Guru So Then the wheel dissolves into the eight smoke. Om Tara Tu Tara Ture So. Then the hub of the wheel of the six realms all dissolve into the heart mantra. Om Tara Tu Tara Ture Mama Haya Jana Puti Guru So and all the mantra sounds dissolve into the syllable BAM, B-A-M, red in color. Om Jara Tu Jara Tu Mama I Jana Putin So So always expanding. Ha, timely, into space, boundless space. Your natural mind, only present in this moment. Then you relax in bliss, holding your awareness to the present moment. Everything arises and disappears in that moment. Bliss, voidness, highest intelligence. While you're resting in this state of Mahamudra, I'm going to read the original translation of the 21 Tara. Tara, swift and fearless, of compassion, power, and insight, whose eyes flash like light, 3 eyes flash like lightning. On a lotus sun and moon she sits in the world of sentient beings, the goddess of the 3 worlds. We hail to Tara. She is the 100 full autumn moons of the 100-syllable mantra. She dazzles with light of 1,000 constellations. She is the Tara of the white lotus. The first Tara is living up to her name as Wisdom Mother, heroine. Number 3, she's adorned by lotus flowers. She is blue. She emanates generosity and the other bodhisattva perfection. She conscious wisdom of the ultimate nature of mind as higher intelligence. Number 3, she adorns the heads of all the victorious ones, lamas, peaceful deities, protectors, and dakini. Number 5, she's uttering the mantras of the Taras. She has the 7 worlds of desire, form, and formless under her power. Number 6, she is the object of compassion, power, and insight, honor and respect, devotion, and everything that's vital to spirits, animals, and humans. Number 7, her mantra destroys all external threats. She is the ultimate remedy for all emotional affliction. Her left leg drawn in, right leg extended, ready to go into action. Number 8, vanquishes all terror, all obstructors, all obstructions. She clears away all without exception. Number 9, she is adorned with the hand mudra of the 3 jewels. Her glorious Dharma wheel fills all directions. She is the Tara of the 6 spheres, 6 eyes and 6 spheres. Number 10, brilliant with joy and bliss, always smiling and laughing. She utters 2 Tara to overpower all devils and arrogant gods and goddesses. Number 11, she has the power to invoke the armies of the lamas and Dharma protectors to overcome all forms of pain and suffering, harm from sentient beings, and all types of sorcery projected to harm others. Number 12, she's crowned by a crescent moon. Her hair piled up as topped with the Buddha Amitabha of limitless light. Streams of light in rainbow colors emanate from her in every direction. She is the Tara of auspicious brilliance. Number 13, she dwells with a garden of flames like the end of an aeon of a supernova. The right leg stretched, left drawn into action to fulfill the joys of her followers and be the scourge of her foes. Number 14, she dances with feet and palms pressed to the earth. She has a wrathful glance and the sound hum of infinite healing. She subdues all in every direction. Number 15, blissfully virtuous, peaceful in meditation, acts without moving. She is the state of nirvana of serenity with all pure sounds as Soha and Om. She annihilates even the greatest negativity. She is the Tara of virtue and creative serenity. Number 16. With the 10-syllable mantra and the root mantra Om Tara Tutari Turi Svaha, she acknowledges the letter Hum indicates the wrathful mantra of infinite healing. Om Nama Tara Nama Hara Om Hara Soha. She is the Tara that destroys all forms of grasping or attachment. Number 17. Pounding her feet to the earth and dance with the C-syllable Hum in her heart center. The mountains shake, the worlds collapse and tremble everywhere in the gods and demigod realm. She is the Tara who produces bliss. Number 18. She prostrates with her head face to the feet of the Lama at the celestial lake. She dispels poisons entirely and vanquishes all negativity forever. She is totally victorious, Tara. Number 19. Upsets those who even think of harming others in any way and from any realm of existence. The armor of her mantra radiates joy and goodwill to all. She is the Tara who consumes sadness or sorrow. Number 20. She has two eyes like the sun and moon. Saying Hara twice with Tutari calms and quells all manifestations of fear or disease. She's the star of the source of all accomplishments or cities. Number 21. She is the Tara who has the three natures of body, speech, and mind as the essence of the human condition. Perfect and serene strength in the human world. Eliminates all forms of negative demons, zombies, and spirit. She is called Tara the Exalted, who brings complete perfection into the world. The first Dalai Lama points out that these 21 Taras and the chanting of their verses in any language elucidates the four themes of attitudes for the practitioner, the four themes of the body, speech, and mind, and all three together, called Soha. She is the only practices for the benefits that all the practice affects the accomplishment of all sentient beings moving into higher states of awareness with no ceiling, no end in sight. So this was translated by Kala Rinpoche, my Lama, Root Lama, to our Dharma Center on Maui in the 70s. And I found a copy of it today. I thought it would be appropriate for tonight. Now we say the dedication prayer. Kewa Dili Nurdu Da, Chagya Champo Jugir Ne, Dowa Chingting Malu Pa, Dehi Sala Gopar Sho, Sanjay Kusum Nempai Jamla Dam, Shoni Maker Nempai Jamla Dam, Gendu Biche Dumpai Jamla Ki, Jitar Gomwa Monwa Ju Bar Sho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may I quickly establish all things without a single exception in that state. By the blessing of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of us, the Sangha, being unwavering, may this and all dedication prayers be fulfilled. May all the Lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. May all beings be happy, free of suffering, established in their practice in bliss, and become emotionally stable in Mahamudra. Uchiche, thank you. Mahalo. Nui loa.